Brooklyn Independent Television.
In the Zone is made possible with the generous underwriting support from the Brooklyn Cyclones. Tickets are on sale now. For information, 718-449-8497 or on the web at www.brooklyncyclones.com. The Cyclones are Brooklyn. This week on In the Zone, I'm at Thomas Jefferson High School, home of the Orange Wave. And in soccer, Alexandra Coppage will kick off the second annual Soccer Cup at Fort Greene. And if you want to raise your game, one-on-one sports performance can show you how it's done. And Andia Winslow has skills and drills. All that and more on In the Zone. Welcome to In the Zone, folks. This week I'm here at Thomas Jefferson High School, home of the Orange Wave, Mo Finkelstein football field, and joining me is the head football coach of the Orange Wave, Gus Sirus. Welcome, Coach.
How you doing today?
Coach, how's the season been so far? We are right now in the middle of October. The playoffs are a few weeks away, so we're just going to talk about the season so far and also talk about last season. You had a few close calls last season also. Let's go over last season real quick.
Ooh, last season brought me gray hair. Kids gave me gray hair. We had a good team last year, but we was just too cocky.
Tottenville?
Tottenville gave us a behind whooping. Everybody else was a close game.
When you look at your team also, was it anything particularly that stood out last year?
Last year, we had the team to win it all. We had 4 of the best receivers in the city, but we was just too cocky, and I blame myself for that.
And you said also 4 of those players, I think 4 of those players or 3 of those players are in college now, right?
Yes.
What schools?
Nassau, Hudson, and Rhode Island.
Now let's look at the season so far. Now we're going to switch back and forth a little bit.
Okay.
Compared to where you are now, and where you were last year. Let's go over that.
Last year I was sad right now. This year I'm happy. We 5-1. Can't beat that. We lost to Sheepshead Bay. Everybody else played us tough, and it was good games.
Now you have also in a few more weeks, I know you got New Utrecht, you got
That's this Saturday coming up.
and you also have Erasmus coming up.
Yes.
Let's talk about that one.
That's our homecoming game. That's the game of the week for us. I mean, some of my ex-kids from the Brooklyn Chiefs is on there. That's a rival. That's a rival game.
When you look at this team, Coach, and you coach, how many years you've been here now?
Yeah, 15 years now.
Okay, coaching. Is this, when it comes to teams that you've coached, is this probably your best team? Would you say that? I mean, because I know you won the championship in the bowl.
This is one of my best teams. This is one of my focus teams. This team don't got no egos. Last year, team had a lot of egos.
Ebenezer.
Humble kid.
Now, he's probably right now the best player in the state.
Yes, he is the best defensive end. Yes, he is.
Defensive end in the state, and one of the best, he's the best player in the state right
Yes.
now. But he's one of the best in the country.
Yes.
And he's being recruited by
56 schools. 56 schools. D1s.
So we're talking Florida, we're talking Alabama.
Miami, Syracuse, Notre Dame, Tennessee. Everybody been at Thomas Jefferson a couple months ago.
What makes him so special?
His work ethics, he don't stop. His engine just don't cut off. After practice, he go and work out. He go to the Evans brothers. He just keep doing stuff. And he still get his homework done and do what he got to do in the books.
Now, this almost brings Thomas Jefferson to when it had Mo Finkelstein, when he was coaching, right?
Yes.
Because it was like that every year.
Yes. Every year they was beating up on everybody. And then that went away from like 15, 20 years. And now it's back. Now PSAL respecting us, teams in the leagues.
Offensively, where's your team also? The running back, let's talk about that.
We got a sophomore named AP. We call him AP. I love him. I had him since he was 12 years old. He runs the ball real hard for us. Got about 7 touchdowns this year. Broke over 200 yards one game. He's doing excellent.
In terms of PSAL this year, last year everyone was saying, hey, it's going to be Lincoln's year. This year it seems to be wide open.
It could be anybody. The way it's set up, when you hit the playoffs, the first 16 teams, that 16 team could get anybody. It's going to be hard this year. Nobody's a catwalk, nobody.
As far as a coach, how much have you changed also when you look at yourself?
I took it down one notch. I'm real cocky, I ain't gonna lie. So I took it down a little notch.
Why?
I had to because I had to do it for the kids. I mean, the kids asked me to calm me down a little bit because they get in a lot of trouble, and I don't want them have to deal with what I say. So I toned it down just a little bit, just a little bit.
Well, Coach, speaking of keep the tone down right now, when we come back, I'm going to continue our conversation with you in a minute. But whatever competitive sport you participate in, whether it's at the high school level, the collegiate level, or at the professional level, one-on-one sports performance has a way of preparing you for your upcoming season once your season is officially over.
That's it, fourth quarter, work hard, let's go. Come on, drive, drive. Come on, explode. Come on, give me 5. Come on, 4, good. We're tapping and explode. 3, come on, 2, one more. Good job. One-on-one is a physical therapy and a sports rehabilitation clinic. We currently have 7 offices in Brooklyn and 2 in Staten Island. The sports performance aspect of our sports performance program here, one-on-one, started in Staten Island originally with Steve Barth and Joe Saraceno. So I felt like let's do this in Brooklyn as well. So I reached out to some local coaches and explained to them what we're doing, not just the rehabilitation part of it, also the sports performance part of it. Where what we do is separates us from a lot of other sports performance coaches is we put all our athletes through a functional movement screening. And it's called the FMS screening. And what that does is it lets us know where kids are strong, where they're weak, if they have any imbalances. With a lot of young athletes, you see a lot of imbalances in an athlete because they haven't been training at a young age. So their body compensates. But if you go through your athletic career like that, you're gonna compensate, and those compensations are gonna lead to injuries. So what we do is we put all our athletes through 7 basic motions, and it gives us an idea of what areas they need to improve on, what areas we need to balance them out to make them overall a better athlete.
We put together a program based on that score. They do it in all major sports. They do it at the NFL Combine. A lot of couple of professional athletes come here, they know about it. And once the younger guys hear that they're all on top of it, and they can actually see how weak they are from that screen, and they're shocked by it.
A lot of football players, their mentality is they want to be big to show off their upper body, so they ignore their lower body. So what happens is your body compensates. If your lower body's weak, then if you're going to have to perform a motion where you're going to have to run or jump, your body naturally is going to put you through whatever it has to do to accomplish that motion. But you're not doing it functionally, you're not doing it the right way, and that's called compensating. So what we do is we basically pinpoint the areas that they're compensating in. If hamstrings are stronger than your quads, or your quads are stronger than your hamstrings, or if your left side is stronger than your right side, over a period of time, it's going to show, and you're going to have injuries. You're going to have chronic hamstring strains, quad pulls, things like that. So with our functional movement screening, we can see that, and then that's what we develop our program around to balance them out overall, so they don't have those areas of compensation.
The whole work, I guess, broken down into usually 3 parts. A warm-up, which is a lot of corrective exercise and stretching, then a circuit training, and then conditioning. And it's some type of conditioning. I don't really have a favorite per se, but the corrective exercises really stands out because those are based on the score of the FMS screen, and it corrects their body.
It can help my game a lot because it can help me with more flexibility on the field, because at position I play, like I have to dip around the corner and rush off the edge so I can stay low to the ground and move my hips certain ways and swing in certain directions and change directions also.
The most important muscle of your body is your stomach, your core. You want to strengthen your core. And a lot of things I was doing today is for my core. With the ball, controlling my body, my shoulders on the ball, my feet level, like a 90-degree angle, tight glutes. Ball coming down, pushing explosion. That's explosion involved with your core. A lot of explosion drills, a lot of explosion and strengthening drills.
If you strengthen your core, just overall you're going to be more of an upright person. You see a lot of young athletes, they come kind of like this, sit throughout the day, they're hunched over. So when we do make improvements on certain things like your core or your flexibility, they always come in and they say, I'm ready to work out, I feel more awake today. For example, Jeff said he woke up today and he felt energized, like he was ready to work out. Those are just things that you're bringing out of them because they're just working at a higher level. If you see our training, what separates us from a lot of people is we train for that full hour at a high intensity level. they're maxing out in every exercise for the whole minute for each exercise with very minimum rest. So they're at a high intensity for the whole full hour. A lot of people, when they do train, especially if you watch somebody who trains in the gym on their own, they'll do a set of 10 and they'll take 2-3 minutes rest and they'll do another set. And there's nothing wrong with that, there's just different levels of training. So what we try to do is keep the intensity level high throughout the whole thing, because that's gonna transition on the field. If they're playing a sport, if you're playing football, that intensity level is like that for the whole 45 minutes of the game or whatever amount of time it is. It's a high level intensity. There's never really a down moment. So we try to do that with our training, is keep that level of intensity, so when they do, when it does transition on the field, they know how their body feels throughout that training.
Get up, Evo, get up.
Wherever the bat cracks against the ball, gridiron greats collide. Wherever big-time punches fly,
memories are made. What's your quick shot?
Giving us the opportunity to be part of this tremendous event. I want to thank Golden Boy. I want to thank Barclays for bringing big Showtime, for bringing big-time boxing back to New York City, to Brooklyn. This is where I grew up. So let's have a round of applause for Golden Boy, for all these guys. And I think that the fact that there's going to be World Championship Boxing in New York is going to inspire kids, from amateurs to young pros, to have something to dream forth towards. My fight happened
to heaven as I've possibly been in my life. I mean, tonight was just amazing. It was picture perfect. I mean, for me to battle everything that I've battled in a year and a half, to come back and have one of the spectacular knockouts I've ever had in my career, it is picture perfect.
First of all, I want to take the positives. Thank Golden Boy, Brett Yormark, Showtime for making this whole event at night possible. This was a dream come true to be able to fight in Brooklyn, just a few miles from where I'm born, in the hospital where I'm born. And you know, tonight's a special night. It was an emotional night for a lot of reasons. Me winning in Brooklyn, also seeing Petey win the world middleweight title right before I came out there, man. I got real emotional in the locker room before I got out there, man. I was so happy for him. I've seen him sacrifice in the gym. You know, we got the same trainer and stuff, and I'm so happy. I know that first world title, man, is just so special, and I know what he's feeling, and I was real happy for him.
In case you're just joining me, we're here at Thomas Jefferson High School football field, also known as Mo Finkelstein football field. He was a former coach here during the 70s, during Thomas Jefferson's glory years, which have now returned under head coach Gus Sirus. Coach, when you look at this particular talent, this particular team, you got some teams up ahead. And when it comes to the playoffs, you may have to play a Lincoln. You may have to play also boys and girls. It's going to be really a dogfight.
Yes, boys and girls is good. Lincoln is the champs. Until you beat them, they the champs. So it's going to be real hard. You got Campus Magnet, Brooklyn Tech. She said Bay beat us this year, so you got a lot of good teams.
Tottenville.
They beat us last year. I can't say nothing about that. They good. They throw the ball a lot, so they good.
Offensively, what sort of offense are you running this year also?
Running a little bit of everything, but we went back to old school, punching it in. We handing the ball off at least 25 times a game.
Speaking of running the ball, Speedy.
He's everything. He does everything we ask him. He plays slot, tailback, runs real hard. He should be leading the league in touchdowns. He ran one back last week, interception, 100 yards. In the end zone, picked it off and took it all the way back 100 yards.
Now, recently also, we're going to talk off the field a little bit, you have a documentary outlet.
Yes.
Let's talk about that.
The guy named Mr. Holder came to me and asked me, he liked what I'm doing with the kids and can he follow me around? And he started following me around in May, and he made a documentary of us. It's called OneTakePro.net, and you can see it every Sunday. And it shows coach life with his kids and what I do with the kids. And we went to 42nd Street, PSAL sent us to 42nd Street. They turned it into a football field. Our girls team and the boys play flag with Justin Tuck, Ronnie Lott, the guy Game from the Pooch. I think his name is Pooch from the Game. A lot of celebrities. Two Chainz, the rapper. It was real nice. It was very nice.
What does this documentary show about your team?
It shows how Jeff really are. I mean, we don't got a lot, but we don't give up. and we stick together, and our team is a family. So it just shows us from May to now, every day, what we do. We go out to eat together. We just came a family, that's why.
And where can you catch us also?
It's on onetakepro.net. You can just log on to it, you can see the series.
Now, the media. How do you feel about the media these days, especially when it comes to high school sports? Because now you have a high school varsity television station, MSG Varsity. How does it, how do the kids react to this right now? Or is it just as, you know, hey, the cameras are here, we're used to it, it's no big deal?
No, we're not used to it. This, because of Ebenezer, we got cameras following us around every day. So this is new to everybody. It wasn't from, well, it really started was Mark Thomas. Mark Thomas started, and cameras started following him. And now Ebenezer, Speedy, Al, and now we got AP. So this is really new to the school. We got cameras all in the school following us now, so it's big. The kids watch it, and I'm happy, because all growing up, all you saw was other schools. Nobody never saw Thomas Jefferson. Channel 12 took about us more than a little bit now, and we proud of that. So, I mean, all they had to say about Jeff was bad stuff. Now everything is good. Got the number 2 basketball team in the city, and got a good football program. The track program did good. The soccer, the baseball team. Jeff is on the rise.
So
Jeff, proud to work.
So Jeff is back now.
Yeah, Jeff is back in all the sports, all sports.
What does that do to you also?
It brings the right set of kids to come to the school now. I'm the dean of the school, so I see the kids that come in now, and it's really nice. You see parents come, drop their kids off. It's a big change.
Let's talk playoffs, Coach. Where's your team? How's it look for you guys in the playoffs?
Well, right now we're sitting in 4th, and then we got New Utrecht, Erasmus, and Grant Street. We could go out 8-1, and we go out 8-1, we should be 2nd or 3rd place, and then we see who we got in the playoffs.
All right, Coach. Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Stay right there, Coach. We'll be back with more, but before we wrap it up, to paraphrase a great coach, Vince Lombardi, winning is everything. But when it comes to the 2nd annual Soccer Cup at Fort Greene, fun is. Alexander Coppage has more from Fort Greene.
Want to see some fancy footwork? Watch these Brooklyn kids show off their soccer skills in the 2012 Brooklyn Cup. Councilwoman Letitia James, who advocates a platform of physical fitness and healthy living, attended the Brooklyn Soccer Cup to support her neighborhood soccer team.
And it's all about, again, getting children actively involved, getting them physically fit with their parents. It's holistic. You see a number of parents out here today, and it's trying to address juvenile diabetes and obesity and heart disease and health outcomes, which, as you know, in communities of color are very, very challenging.
Even though the Soccer Cup was for kids, that didn't stop St. Joseph's College coach Vadim Chernikovsky from stepping on the field to teach his team the basics of the sport.
It's exactly what you just said. Fundamental is the key to it. They learn to stop the ball, pass the ball, kick the ball, understand their position on the field, understand how to work with the teammates. That's the key to it.
Daniel, you gotta be in the middle!
While the soccer competition was about being physically active and having fun, Young Rock Soccer gave the cup winners in each age group a trophy for their victory. Kids of all ages enjoyed a day of soccer and competing in the Brooklyn Soccer Cup.
What I like about playing soccer is just getting together and just having fun and making friends as you play. And if you lose, you lose. And every day, or whenever you play soccer, you have another opportunity to play your best. Well, you bring new people to the Brooklyn Soccer Cup, and you meet new people too. And then when you combine playing with both people, it really gives you a good experience.
Typically, the U.S. soccer team takes on the world, but in the Brooklyn Soccer Cup, kids played to be the best in the borough.
For Skills and Drills, Andia Winslow can show you how to use a broom, not only for your house, but for your personal benefit.
Andia Winslow here at Chelsea Piers Sports Center, and you might be wondering, why do I have this broom in my hand? Well, it's an item that you have around your house, but you can also use it for workouts, body weight only workout. This particular move is called the squat, press, twist. What I'm gonna do is take the broom like so, about shoulder width apart or a little bit wide, wider than that. Chest tight with the broom. I'm gonna squat down to the floor, proper squat technique, and press and twist up to the sky. Inhaling as I come down, squat, press, twist. Inhale, gather your force. Exhale, press and twist it up. Great move for golfers who are working on rotational aspects of the swing, and great for any other athlete too. Andia Winslow here. This has been Skills and Drills. Great fun to join you. You can follow along online. On Twitter, my handle is @Andia Winslow, ANdiaWinslow. Hope to join you all again soon. Take care.
In case you're just joining me, we're back here at Mo Finkelstein Field, home of the Orange Wave, and joining me from Thomas Jefferson High School is?
Kendall Thomas. I'm a receiver / running back.
Al Stewart, quarterback, senior.
Gentlemen, let's go back to that playoff game. Last year, Lincoln High School, 30-28. Tell us about that. Tell us how you felt that particular day, that particular evening, what you thought about.
Well, we started the game off slow. Well, we finished good, but we didn't have enough time left to pull out with the win. But now we just learned from our mistakes to not play it in third, fourth quarter. We got to start from the first quarter.
Was that a driving force during the off season? You guys thought about that a lot?
Well, 2 points is like hard. It was a hard-fought game in the end, but that motivated us into this year, like how the way we come out and how the way we're going to finish.
This year, now you're seniors. So you guys, Ebenezer, you guys are the top dogs on the team. You guys are the leaders. How has the role changed?
Well, we got to become more of leaders, lead the team, let them know to be at practice every time, on time, just no mistakes, just work hard. So when we play in the game, everything will be right.
Now also as far as colleges, you're looking at Fordham.
Yeah.
I'm looking at Arizona State, UConn, and West Virginia.
So what are you thinking at? What are you looking at? You want to make up your mind after the season's over?
Yeah.
All right. Now, when you look at this particular season, where are you guys mentally right now? We're in the middle of October, and the playoffs are not too far away, right? So how you guys think about the playoffs, or you think about just taking it game by game? Because I always hear players say we're taking game by game. And I ain't got no problem with that. I mean, that's cool.
Well,
but
we looking at the playoffs.
But do you look far ahead though?
Yes.
Okay. All right. At least somebody's honest with me. All right. Go ahead.
Well, I look far ahead too, but we just got to take one game at a time because we got to win these games first to go to the playoffs. So just take one game at a time.
Practices. What are you guys working as far as during practice? Each week is different.
We have a lot of things that we didn't show yet. So looking forward to the playoffs is going to be a whole lot of cat tricks.
Now, speaking of tricks and speaking of attention also, the media has really been focused on this team this year. Is that different? How different is that than last year?
Well, it's not really different. We just do the same thing that we did last year, just practice well, play well. We're not really looking at the cameras like that because they just following us, but we just got to play ball.
Ebenezer, your teammate, let's talk about him. Special player?
Yeah. He a good kid. He work hard. He lead the team. He a big factor to the team.
Now, Going into the playoffs, once the playoffs arrive, mentally, emotionally, you'll have to raise your level. You can't play at this level that you're playing during the regular season because, you know, it's one and done.
We just need no penalties. Just gotta execute every play. 11 hats to the ball, no turnovers. We just gotta coach well, just play well.
Would you like to play the rail splitters again? Get another shot at that?
Oh yes, definitely, definitely. I even prefer them the first round.
Okay, you guys heard that. You guys heard that. They said first round, you guys are going to be out. Your coach, what has your coach's advice also been told? What has he also told you guys?
To take a game at a time, one day, one practice at a time.
He told us not to sleep on no team. When they come here, just play them like we playing a top team. You can't play down to their level.
You guys are seniors. Once that last game, you take off your uniform for the last time, and hopefully it will be during the championship game at Yankee Stadium. How will you look back over the course of your career?
It's going to be very emotional, very emotional. Might see some tears shed, but looking forward to like going beyond my senior year of high school.
I know you, and you will, but for now at Jefferson, how will you also feel that last game? Hopefully that game will be at Yankee Stadium, celebrating and.
It will be at Yankee Stadium. It's going to be the happiest moment of my life when we win. Might cry a little bit. I'm gonna miss the coaches, miss everybody, the teammates, especially playing with Speedy and Ebenezer. It's gonna be a good feeling, but bad feeling at the same time.
Well, gentlemen, thanks for coming on. It's been a pleasure. Thank you. Thank you. And that's it for us here on In the Zone. I'm Micheal Bellamy from Mo Finkelstein Football Field, the Orange Wave. Take care and have a safe week. Bye-bye. In the Zone has been made possible with the generous underwriting support from the Brooklyn Cyclones. Tickets are on sale now. For information, 718-449-8497 or on the web at www.brooklyncyclones.com. The Cyclones are Brooklyn.
Watch this and other Brooklyn Independent Television episodes online at breakartsmedia.org/BIT.